Beep boop bop bop boop.
Beep boop. We already did robots. This is music. We're talking about music today. You like music? We like music. We talk about music a lot. I don't know if we've ever done this. We are going to try and pick and rank our top 10 albums that we like.
Yes.
Of all time. I've never actually done this. I've never made like an actual list. I've always been like, yeah, this would be in my list. We're gonna do my list first. I'll do a rough explanation of each album, and then I have to start thinking. I guess if you know the album, you can help me. But
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
we'll get into it. So these are the top 20 albums that I could think of that are my favorites. I'll do a speed run of these. These are in no order right now. We limited to only one album per artist because that's easier and
Yeah.
whatever. Also, some of these, like the first one, is 21st Century Breakdown by Green Day. I know, just Jessica. I feel like I know, and it's pretty well known that like American Idiot's probably a better album than 21st Century, but
Yeah.
I just like this one better. 21st Century Breakdown, Green Day. This is Cold's Disc by Straightener. It's a Japanese band. They're kind of punky, but this album has more funk style.
Cool.
I don't know what this album covers.
You don't know what that album cover is?
It just looks cool. I don't
It's
know.
so okay.
It's
I'm thinking about getting that as a tattoo. I don't know what it is, but
I've never seen that as a tattoo. You should do that. Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. Next is Echo Silence, Patience, Grace, Foo Fighters. I've honestly like dipped on how much I like Foo Fighters, but this is the only one that's been like I go back to and be like,
excellent. Yeah.
I love all these songs.
Okay.
Then Cheek Face, Therapy Islands. They're kind of
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope album.
I don't know what they sound like Cake.
They're super indie, for sure.
Arcade Fire, Everything Now. I don't know what it is. I've tried every other Arcade Fire album. I don't like any except this one.
Else?
But I like this one a lot for some reason. Everything Will Be Alright in the End. Weezer.
The Wheeze, of course.
This is a big point of like exposure to like more punk, I guess, in my mind, because I was a little baby and didn't reach out to new music that often. Killers Hot Fuzz. His first Killers album. They dipped after that, in my opinion.
They did. They did.
Sam's Town's alright, but it's not as good. M83, Hurry Up We're Dreaming. I flipped those. The album's called Hurry Up We're Dreaming, M83. Probably one of the more different albums on here because it's not rock. I have a few on here that aren't rock, but I don't know, this one's just a vibe to me. I really like it. I like the finality of it, the intro outro sections, and there's a frog. There's a song about a frog on it for this little kid.
And it's pretty sick, right?
I like it. I don't know. Jesse hates it because she hates like little kid talk, but like, I don't know. It's a vibe. Strokes is this it. Strokes is one of my favorite bands, if not my favorite. Yeah. I'm a little salty they didn't have the alternate album cover art for Is This It though. I've always preferred the not ass one. I don't know why. Twerp, Lady Worlds. They're kind of not rock. They're like funky electro.
No, Twerp is anything they want to be.
Take Off and Landing of Everything. Elbow. Elbow's a British band. They're kind of not as well known. They're pretty chill. It's not rock. But it's like ballady and. I always say that it's like Jesse and I's band.
Oh.
Like we have a song, but like our song isn't by them, but this is our band.
Yeah.
Because when we started dating, we listened to this album a lot. Group Love, I can't remember the fucking name of this album. Never Trust a Happy Song, Group Love. It's the one that tongue tides off.
Yeah.
But like It's Not Photographs on that, and I really like.
That's a great song.
No Dogs Allowed, Cindy Gish. This one is pretty low recognition, I think. I don't think a lot of people know Cindy Gish, but I want her to keep making new music, so everyone listen to her, but...
So I'm making it happen.
I feel like she hasn't said anything about doing a new album, but it's fun.
Yo, funny I said that. Sydney Gish actually just did a collab with Cheekface on Cheekface's new album, which is also really dope. So, funny worlds colliding there. I was very hyped when I found that out. So check that out as well.
Of the Blue Color of the Sky, OK Go. I got really into OK Go in college, like one of the last semesters of college. Dope, fun. Plastic Beach, Gorillaz.
Fun, good.
Yeah. Plastic Beach is like all over the place in terms of what kind of music.
Yeah.
But I love a lot of Gorillaz albums, but I feel like this one is like felt the most cohesive to me that I like. Prolonging the Magic, Cake. I'd love every fucking Cake album, but I think Prolonging the Magic is my favorite.
I just got Fashion Nugget on vinyl the other day.
Fashion Nugget, I think I would have put Fashion Nugget if I didn't put Prolonging the Magic. Random Access Memories, Daft Punk. It's amazing.
Love Daft Punk.
I fucking, like, over the past year when I was mixing our last album, I would just listen back to Random Access Memories just to like
good fucking album, dude.
just to learn. I've heard people say this before, and I totally agree. I think it's one of the best mixed albums.
Yeah. Oh,
ever.
easily.
Like it's produced beautifully. I love it. Some fucking album by the Beatles.
Who the fuck cares? Probably wasn't even that important in their discography.
It was hard to. It was hard for me to pick which Beatles to put on here.
Yeah.
I went with Sgt. Pepper. I think I was between Abbey Road and Revolver, if not Sgt. Pepper.
Oh, true.
And then the last one is Dream is Over. Pop. Do you listen to their new album?
Yes, I have it. I bought it on vinyl too.
I fucking love I've been listening to the Robot song like nonstop.
See, I took a little bit of time to get into that one.
Okay, so those are my top 20. I have to actually fucking
Rank them now.
rank them. I think the easiest of what I'm gonna do first is try and boot out the ones that I know definitely won't be in my 10, but are in my 20. So that's probably ones like Everything Now. That'll go there. I'm not gonna list the other ones.
Yeah.
But probably Hot Fuzz.
Okay, this is a good strategy here.
I love Lady World to death, but there's just not enough room for all these albums.
Yeah.
Probably the same thing with Sidney Gish. And I'm sorry, Okay Go. Okay, what am I at now? 14. Shit, this is getting really hard. Okay, so in terms of, I'm guessing you did the same as me, where like, yeah, these albums are banging, but I also put some of these albums like have deserved to be on this list for like 10 years because like I was impacted so much by them that they just need to be there.
Yeah.
That's how life is. Those ones I know are definitely going to be in top 10 are probably Dark Side of the Moon and Sgt. Pepper. Everything Will Be Alright in the End. And 21st Century. I think those are the ones that are like absolutely and the Strokes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting close. How many of the albums left are you like familiar with? Like, you know, Foo Fighters.
Yeah, I know Foo Fighters, I know Pop, Cake, Random Access Memories, Plastic Beach, and Cheek Face, and that's really it. I'm a little bit familiar with the Elbow one.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough also to make these lists because some of these have been in my life a lot longer, which is why it's so easy for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna put Sgt. Pepper in my top 10. As opposed to like, probably something like Cold Disc. I found in the past like 2 years, but it's still like so on there for me.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna put Cake down here.
Okay. That's actually a surprising move.
I've actually like been finding that I think Cheek Face is like eclipsing Cake for me. I don't know if it's because I've listened to Cake's discography forever and they're not releasing anything.
It's the ebb and flow, you know.
But I'm gonna also do a curveball. Like I don't think I can put Cheek Face
up there either.
Up there as well, just because like I feel like Cheek Face is one of those bands.
Back up.
Oh, what the fuck? It's like, oh, I see. It doesn't like gaps.
Oh, but now OK Go is down there.
Oh, I gotta drag this.
Oh, that's annoying.
I couldn't put Cheek Face up there, I don't think, because they just work better as a single band, which is a really weird thing for me to say. I don't say that often, but like, they're so good at singles.
I get it, yeah.
Like,
No, that's actually pretty normal.
where like Everything Will Be Alright in the End as an album is so cohesive, like ending with the Future Script trilogy and I don't know, the way it opens and everything like about it feels like an album. Where some of the other albums down here are just like songs thrown together on a playlist.
Yeah.
So okay, going by that logic, that would hopefully mean Plastic Beach
Plastic
would
Beach is up there for
need
sure.
to be up there as well. Probably Pop down here. Literal feel moving forward, I think Echo, Silence, Patience, Grace impacted me the most. I think I'm gonna put Random Access Memories down here because it's one of those ones that I'm like so respectful of that album, but
You don't know if it's
didn't-
one.
It didn't like change my life.
Right.
I mean, I guess technically means I just put the rest up here.
Yeah.
But now I have to fucking sort my top 10 though. For the ones that barely made it in my top 10, I'd probably put Cold Disc at the end. M83 just because it's newer to me. This is making a lot of sense, this top row.
This
I
top
think the
one.
top row is where it should be, but I don't know. It's hard because it's like, I just gotta go with my favorite. I can't be like, it's Dark Side of the Moon, of course, but what did Dark Side of the Moon mean to me? for me, Dark Side of the Moon meant
It was time to go to school.
I would walk home from school every day in high school, and skipping money. It was the exact distance I needed to walk from school to home.
Yeah, but why would you skip money?
It's
just over it.
Sick of it,
Yeah,
man.
okay.
That was like the first one I knew, and then like, it feels like the single that was just like thrown on the album.
Yeah.
It doesn't really come back to the rest of the album. Like you
I
can't
feel
just
you.
like listen to it and it like, I don't know.
I feel no, you don't have to explain.
So I think Is This It and Everything Will Be Alright in the End are battling it out up here. I think I'm gonna put Green Day there, Dark Side of the Moon there. Okay, I think this is pretty good. I'm gonna swap Echo Silence and Plastic Beach, and I don't know where
Those two could be
go.
interchangeable.
Is This It is just songs. Everything Will Be Alright in the End is like a little more album-y, so sure, let's say This Is It. Ha! Is This It? Is this it?
Is this it?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna say This Is It. This is my top 10.
Oh wow. Now you just gotta figure out the top or the rest of them.
No, let's not do those.
Not do those,
It'll
okay.
take a while. I wanted to at least have like a variety to
Right, sure.
categorize from.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like this top 10.
Yeah.
Big fan.
This is a great way for like, if you like some of like, oh, I like this album and this album, maybe I'd like these albums that he put on if you don't know them. Cool. Let's do Danny's list.
My turn. This looks a lot like my Spotify playlists.
Isn't it only that?
It's actually like really close to being like exactly it.
Right, Daniel!
It's my turn now. So let's go ahead. We'll start from here. This is no particular order yet, of course. This is Mesmerized by System of a Down. Everyone says that Toxicity is their best album. While it's fantastic, I think Mesmerized is just it's just perfect all the way through. This is a no skip album for me. Descendants, Milo Goes to College. I was obsessed with Descendants when we were in high school. I wanted to be Milo Ackerman, so I'm just gonna keep that there. Beer Bongs and Bentleys, Post Malone. I think that's pretty straightforward. This one has been getting a lot of attention recently.
Stranger Things.
Yes, Metallica's Master of Puppets. But I've been listening to this album since I was like 10 years old. And it's one of my favorite albums ever.
I mean, it's a staple.
I mean, it's recognized by the Library of Congress, so, and people still think that they can gatekeep them. Stop it! This Swell by Tiny Moving Parts, I just remember a few years ago, this album like was really spoke to me in a certain way. I went back and forth on picking a Green Day album, but I went with Nimrod because it just has most of my favorite Green Day songs on here. Pinkerton, some might go Blue, I go Pinkerton. I think Pinkerton's
I'm a
fantastic.
Blue.
Highway Companion, Tom Petty. This one has a really special place in my heart because I bought this album on the day Tom Petty died. Before I knew
Kill
he
him?
died. No, I didn't kill him. I didn't kill him.
Like,
Is it?
buy one of those
I
albums.
got your album, dude. Oh, that's fucked up. Van Halen, because it's Van Halen. Wasting Light, Foo Fighters. This came out when we were starting high school.
Arguably their last really
Their
good.
last really great album, but it went out with a friggin' bang. Rage Against the Machine, their self-titled album. One of the most important albums in my entire life. Songs for the Deaf, Queens of the Stone Age. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. That album is just incredible all the way through. I think Josh Homme did an amazing job with writing on that song, and it also features 3 different singers at every point, and Dave Grohl was the drummer on this album. So, Rush, Moving Pictures. Yeah. Morning Glory by Oasis. This album, like, I was really getting into Oasis around the time the pandemic started, so this kind of helped me keep me grounded during the pandemic, so I really have a lot of love for this album because of that. This also was tough. It's really hard for me to pick my favorite Menzingers album, but I went with their first album. Has a really long name, so I'm not gonna go through the rigmarole, but I think I had the strongest connection to when I listened to it for the first time. They were still indie, and it was very like, now they write songs about just like real life stuff. This was written a lot about like literature and like different things, so I was really into this. Morbid Stuff from Pup. I listened to this album for I think 2 years straight, nonstop.
I was between that and what I
Yeah.
picked for
Well, because you picked Dream is Over, so I. Tiger's Jaw. This one's just like a classic. If you're from Pennsylvania, you really love Tiger's Jaw. But Ninja Sex Party, Cool Patrol, because it's one of the funniest fucking albums I've ever heard in my life. And I remember when this came out, I was starting my new job, and my boss was never there. So I would put this on the speaker and just blast it, like music all the way up. It was fantastic. Rose Mountain by Screaming Females. This is just a really great album. Really solid all the way through. Marissa Paternoster, the lead singer, her voice is fantastic. And then Local Natives, Gorilla Manor. That one has a lot of like sentimental value to me, which I guess I don't really need to go into. But
the fuck is that?
the fuck is that? All right.
All right,
So
there we go. Get going.
I'm gonna go with the ones that I know are in
In the 20s?
Yeah.
Or you want to start with
No, I'll go with 20s, I think. Unfortunately, I'm gonna go ahead and put Ninja Sex Party there. Man, this one's tough, because these are like a lot of my favorite albums.
Yeah, that's why I had to start getting into like how it impacted me.
Yeah.
Not just these songs are great.
Yeah. I'll put Tiger's Jaw in there too. Boy, it's already down in there.
We're already in it.
I'm gonna go ahead and put Rose Mountain in there too. We're already really getting into it here. Fuck. Alright, I'll put Highway Companion
Well
as
then,
well.
and then now start putting your ones you know you definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so definitely Metallica. Definitely Mesmerize. Milo for sure. Rage. Probably Green Day. Okay. This I can start
there,
to deal with
you
here
know?
because Post for sure up there too. Foos.
It's funny we did have some overlap where I kind of assumed we would.
Yeah.
But we picked all different albums from those artists.
Yeah. These four were really they were influential. Like Van Halen, this one was like one of the first albums I ever listened to where I actually wanted to start playing guitar. Weezer, this just kept me grounded through high school, through at least our senior year of high school. This was the one that I decided that I wanted to start writing music, like lyrics and everything,
Yeah.
because the lyrics on this album are great. But this one makes me feel so many fucking things, so I'm putting it up in the 10s.
All right.
Now I just
Sort
gotta
them
sort
10s.
everything out. All right, I think I'm definitely gonna put Morning Glory last here. Cool Patrol I'm putting pretty high in the 10s. That needs to stay there because if it doesn't make the top 10, it's definitely top
It's
11.
gotta be 11.
Yeah, this looks right in the 10s here.
All right, bitch.
I feel like I can't go do no specific order, but that's what it feels like when I'm talking about like top 10s because
Can you do top 5 and then 6 to 9?
Yeah.
Like these are ones that are at least what would be in the 1 to 5s.
Rush is going up there too. I'd probably say Rush over Metallica.
You honestly had more of just like straight rock than I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean the only real outlier here was Post Malone.
Yeah.
But this album, it was really hard to pick between Beer Bongs and Hollywood's Bleeding, but this one I remember just like curling up in a ball and just fucking No, I'm keeping that.
All
That
right.
looks good to me. Sorry.
There's our list.
Boom.
Woohoo.
We got AJ on this side,
On this side.
on that side, and this is my side.
So, yeah, I learned. I hope you learned.
I did learn. I knew most of these bands at least, but I didn't know what albums you would pick. Most of these albums are the only ones I listen to.
Yeah.
Like Moving Pictures, Mesmerize, all of those. I listen to like all of those albums today. Like,
Yeah. Check out any of these albums if they interest you.
yeah.
If you prefer one of our music tastes, tell us below.
We'll fight.
Who's better? No, it's fine.
What are your favorite albums?
Yeah,
Tell us.
Oh yeah, I forgot that part. Tell us. Okay.
Tell us.
Birdford Peter. Big penis.